Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Okay, so we are in National Park, by the way, and
There's a lot of
there are
monkeys.
crazy amount of monkeys here. And
Childhood days, same color, same street. Neighbors and best friends, hearts in sync with me. Like twins, we laughed, the world fell. You are listening to the Rosy Blue Room.
So, welcome back to our podcast channel. A special episode, us together from the National.
right,
Okay,
yeah, so we
so
are in Sanjay Gandhi National Park right now in Mumbai.
yes, and there are a lot of plans that we are here for. But the first one is recording a podcast together. So we're shooting this one. So today's topic is we thought we have been here as children. Actually, did we ever come here together as children?
We came for
No.
we came for a walk once.
Yeah, we came for a walk once, I believe.
Yeah.
And that time I was showing you where I used to play all the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
We have not been to National Park together very often.
Yes.
Uh,
Individually, we have.
but together it's like second or third time, I guess.
So, we thought let's record a podcast related to our past memories. Like, so today's episode's name is Do You Remember? Do you remember that time when we were like in fourth standard? Okay, we were in like fourth
I got a
standard.
teacher's gift.
Wow, so pretty.
Dust.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we were in fourth standard, and let us start to tell you why we became best friends in each other's minds.
Yeah.
That there's this one particular point, even in relationships or even in like general friendship relationships, that at a certain point you see a person and you feel like, okay, maybe this person loves me and will love me, I don't know, in any scenario, I guess. And that is the time you start trusting.
I'll tell you the first story. So the thing was, I guess we were 10. No.
We're in fourth standard.
Yeah, so almost 10, 12, some that age. Okay, and we were playing in our society's compound, and we used to play in Chinu's building for like 3-4 years prior to our 6th 7th standard. Okay, so we were playing in our society, and there were some few older friends with us who used to teach us games and play with us and bully us. And yeah, so there was this girl in our society, like her society rather, and she decided to give every one of us a Pepsi party. So you know the Pepsi, right?
₹2
Uh,
Pepsi.
yeah, the
Chino sexy.
ice pops, you know, the ice popsicles. Yeah.
But at that time, we didn't call it in that aesthetically pretty manner.
Yeah.
It's just Pepsi, and at the
So
end,
Indian people call it Pepsi.
yes.
Okay.
And at the end, you just test the plastic.
Yeah, basically. And it's like 1 rupees, 2 rupees back then. It was 50 paisa back then, rather. And she decided to give each and everybody a Pepsi party except Chino.
Yeah.
So she gave us 2 or 3 Pepsis, and she went to Chinu. She showed her, and she just like, "No, I'm not gonna give you anymore." And she didn't give her. And everyone was shocked, and I was drinking my Pepsi, and I stopped. I was like, "This is unfair," and
And the girl is like older than us. So
Yeah,
she
she's
obviously
older than
had more power dynamic was
Yeah.
going on there because we were
Yeah.
younger than.
So I was like, should I drink this or not? Because she's my friend. I can't be that rude. But Chinu being Chinu, and her in Indian fashion, I'll call her Satyavachani. She was
There's
like,
one thing about me, no one can ever believe. I
Yeah.
am not bullyable person. Like,
yeah.
even if you
So
say-
the moment she was not given the Pepsi, she was like, I am going home. So I thought she was going home. Okay, so I ran behind her with three Pepsis in my hand, and I was running behind her. Chinu, Chinu, wait, wait. And she's like, I am going to that girl's home. I'm like, what? She says, I'm going to her house and I'm going to complain to her mother that your daughter didn't give me the Pepsis. And I'm like,
Which is fine.
what?
If you don't want to just give me Pepsi, that's perfectly fine.
Fine.
But humiliating in front of everybody is just other thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, what is this? Are you going to seriously do this? And she's like, yes, I'm going to do it. And I was, so she lived on some third or fourth floor, so I was running. Don't look, there are no monkeys.
Oh, there are.
Don't, they're sitting, they're chilling.
No monkeys. Okay.
They're chilling.
There are no monkeys.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she started to climb up the stairs to the girl's home.
So she lived on a fourth
floor, and I was behind her with the Pepsis in my hand. I was like, Chinu, Chinu, don't go. So we speak Marathi, so I went like, Chinu, नको जाऊस, ही घे माझी Pepsi tea.
Yeah, that was so sweet.
Yeah.
Like she was willing to offer all her Pepsis, and that's the sweetest moment.
The fact
That's
that
very sweet.
the Pepsi on which I chewed, I was offering that to her. Because I'm like, he gave much Pepsi tea. And,
Cute.
and she's like, Noko mala Pepsi. And she literally said that, Mala noko Pepsi. And she means, she said, I don't want that. And like, not trying to be rude to me, she
No,
was
not
just
trying to be rude to
angry
her.
at
There's
that.
this one thing
Yeah.
called self-respect, and if you don't get it in the right manner, you don't wanna beg for it, right?
Yeah, so
you
she was just running upstairs, and she rang the bell, and she's like, yeah, she literally did that. And then we both were standing in her house. Her mother called the daughter. The girl had a phone back then, so she called
Best
her.
story.
And she called her home and told her that.
And she was kind of a gang leader at that point. You know, so like little children have their a gang
leader.
Yeah, she was a gang leader.
It sounds like we are dacoits.
No. So she was a gang leader. So like she was their hero because she had this huge power dynamic, and then she would have more money at that point as children, you know. So she would offer these like I don't know fancy Pepsi things to people, and then people would follow her. So when her mother called her, all the gang came with the girl. All right.
Yeah. And me and Chinu, we both were standing there, and she looked at Chinu, and she was like, okay, like the expression on her face were really like, I'm gonna kill her, but she can't. Okay, and then her mother shouted on her and told her that this is wrong, this is not how you treat people younger than you. She was, I guess, punished after that. And
No. I know what happened. You know, so what happened was, so she was standing in front of her own house. Her mother was standing there, and her father was back from his work at that time. And you know, her mother was a little on a softer side. She was scolding her because obviously that's wrong. If you don't want to give Pepsi because you bought it with your own money, that's perfectly fine. Humiliating is another thing. And in front of every child, humiliating is another thing. And it's obviously very weird when the child is coming to your own house and ringing the bell, so that obviously she's not bullyable. So like, why are you doing that to a child, right? That's very wrong. You don't want to give Pepsi, perfectly fine, right? So what, her father was back and her mother just scolded her a little bit, but her father was back by that time and she was kind of humiliated by her own parents because of the things she did in front of everybody, because as I said, she was the gang leader, so everybody came up with her. And then I was happy, and I think they did offer me Pepsi, but I didn't take it. What happened? I think they offered me, I think something happened, I don't remember the later part. That is not important, right? That is not important. The important thing is that bullying thing, and obviously no one can ever bully me. It's not that easy. Rather, you just can't. Okay, I'll cry, but you can't. So yeah. So I think, but that was the time, I think
was the time I think I realized that I guess we are close, and I think I consider her as my best friend. And yeah, it was a fun story. We still remember it, and we tell them to our friends, and they also like, okay, that was some fun thing. And these are the monkeys making their noises.
Oh, did you just look at me?
Yeah, I think the baby monkeys are fighting. That's the thing happening here.
Face.
Yeah.
And for story 2, change of location. So for the second story, as you guys have might watched the previous video where we said that we were in the same junior college, right? So it was the time when we went to McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember in like 2016, 17, right? At that time, there would be this, they would give one glass if you buy one, and there was
They still do that.
there's this
At
refill
Fair-
thing.
Yeah, they still do that at some, I guess, many McDonald's.
Okay, so you know there's this refill thing, and you can buy like I don't know whatever they sell, 7 Up, Thumbs Up, and what is that, Fanta, and
Pepsi.
Pepsi, right? So all the drinks, and we were like group of 5-6 people. We went from our college.
So, guys, we are not in middle of an F1 race. We are on road, so cars are gonna pass by.
We are in the middle of F1 race, but the F1 race is with monkeys. Yes.
Yeah, okay, go ahead with the story.
And we are the ending line.
Go ahead with the story.
And we don't want them. We don't want them to finish the race, right? So, like 5-6 people from our college went to this McDonald's, and each one bought the different drink with sodas, right? And I don't know whose genius idea was that.
One of our friends.
Yes.
genius idea was
So
that.
we decided that we will mix each of the sodas in one and make it a shot, and we'll drink it.
A mocktail kind of thing.
Yes, but no alcohol legal mocktail at that point, because we were like,
you're not gonna get alcohol in McDonald's anyway.
yes, right. And so we were like, okay, let's do that. So we did it, and then I was the first one to try it out. There was this another girl, but she drank like this much, and I was the one. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I took the full glass and I drank it, and I had eaten before some burger or fries or something like that.
Yeah, general McDonald's.
Yes, right. And after
Fast
that,
food crap.
I drank that cocktail thingy, right? And everything I ate started to come up. Like I was starting to puke, right? And we were in a mall, so the washroom. I don't think there was washroom in the
So there was
McDonald's.
a washroom in the McDonald's, but it was occupied, and Chinu went to the washroom. I clearly remember the story.
Yeah.
She went to the washroom. She told me it's closed, and she she asked. She ran out and she asked other lady, and she said, "Oh, the washroom is there." There was a spare washroom on the floor.
Yeah, the general common washroom.
Yeah.
And I was going there, and I can't drink.
She was not able to control,
Yes.
and she almost did puke.
Yes, I was puking like, "Oh," right. I was not intentionally puking. I was holding that. I was holding back. Right. I was like going like this, and still a little puke was like coming out. And finally, we reached washroom, and obviously my clothes. You can imagine, right? So my clothes were not like filled, but there was hint of puke on my clothes, right? So I was cleaning the puke and everything, and whatever. And she was there with me, and she was like cleaning the puke on my clothes.
Yeah.
And that time I was like, oh my god, maybe this is what friendship is. Maybe this is how you trust people for lifetime. Maybe this is when they say best friends for lifetime, and whatever we are today. We were always like this, but we never had like name. Okay, like we were in a situationship. Okay, right? So I think that was the
You
time.
can see my expressions, guys.
I think that was the time I really started to trust her.
You guys will ask that that's a very long time because we are friends from childhood, and she took too much time to trust me. But some people are like that, and you should know how. Like, you should know you should give them some space and time to, and you should understand that some people take time to trust others, and it's perfectly all right, I guess.
I never thought in my entire, like, if you ask, I think Chino in fourth standard, she would never say trust people. She would never. Okay, if you told her,
Sorry.
if you told her that in near future you have this one best friend and you tell her everything, she would go like, are you crazy? You tell your secrets to people? Are you crazy? You want to be stepped on by people? Yes, that is what she would say. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. That's right. That's smart choice. But then there are sometimes people who are genuinely willing to accept and change, and I don't know, just everything. Even if there's so many weird things about you, even if you have horns on your head, they are willing to accept. And maybe that might be the time you should sit down and think, okay, maybe if somebody is that genuine to me, then maybe you really matter to that person, be in a relationship, be in a friendship, be it anywhere. And then maybe you can give them a chance and trust, maybe. Right. So that time I really started to trust, and so I always trusted her, but then not till the level that I would tell everything in my life to her. You know, I used to be one of those people who say never tell everything about you to somebody, and that's perfectly fine. Actually, that's right, unless the person is worthy and you can trust them that much. And there are some people you can trust. Eventually it takes a really long time to find somebody like that, and for some people like me to trust them like that. She was always there in my life, but then I didn't think it was I should go and trust, right? But then at that moment when she was cleaning my puke, I thought, okay, maybe she genuinely loves me and will accept me even at my lowest, even if it's my ickiest or whatever. Like everybody has those situations, and you don't want to show that face to people, right? Because lot of things. I don't want to go down that road, but I was able to, and I'm very thankful. So I think this is Do You Remember? Right. This is Do You Remember? We still remember each of the story we have told, and remember the each and every crazy detail.
Want a change of location?
Yes!
Okay, then where?
Change of location.
Even though it looks like we are still.
No, it doesn't look like. See, there are rowing boats. Row, row, row. Right. So, guys, so just, I don't know, PS?
Yeah.
PS, this is the location where this song from
Happy New
Chennai,
Year.
no, song from Happy New Year, was filmed.
Yeah.
Yes, some of the shots where he gets the burning, no, like this. Shall I do it? Stand and show
No,
it?
this is not the location exactly. It's
But
like on
it's
the
like on this. Yes,
on the right.
it's here.
Yeah, it's on the right. We told you two stories where there was cute and happy
Do
and
I look like
realization.
something?
Would you stop cutting?
Yeah.
Yeah, a realization arc kinda stories.
Yes.
But we had fun stories also, but there is this one story, one episode happened in our life, which I think we should put out there so that people can learn from it. And yeah,
Take
and
disclaimers and know
yeah,
what are boundaries and where
yeah,
you're supposed to stop.
yeah. So the thing was, like, we were in our 10th standard, and there was this young guy from child from Chinu school who was in 8th or 9th or some, I don't remember. Okay, he was younger than her, and I guess he had a crush on her or something like that.
And then he had written my name like Chino on his bench and the
Yeah,
wall
that is
with
uh,
divider.
yeah, basically.
I don't know, is it
Yeah.
scary,
Yeah,
guys?
it is scary.
Is it?
Yeah, so he was like, I guess, obsessed to her, like a crazy fan, I guess. So basically, he had a
In
crush on
7th
her.
standard, do you get obsessed? Is it
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
psychologically?
yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
So the story goes here, like, he was in our he lives near our area or something
Like
like
in
that.
5 minutes, it's
Yeah.
house maybe.
Yeah. So the thing the story goes like, he reposted the same picture on his own Facebook wall without her consent. Okay, and we didn't knew that. One of our friends showed us this, and we were like, "What is this? How is this possible?" And we were very much angry because he doesn't know her.
I don't know him. I
Yeah.
never talked to him. Not the intention. We were not even Facebook friends.
Friends, exactly. Okay, and that child had the audacity to do that. So we were furious, we were angry. So I was like, okay, let's find where he lives. And she was like, yeah, I know where he lives. So I was like, okay, let's go. And we went, and it was like afternoon ish time, and he was with his friends. And I went and I straightforward asked him, how did you post her picture on your Facebook? And he's like, no, I didn't. He was trying to deny it. And Chino was like,
We were
no.
just there to tell him like, you have posted, just say sorry and take it down.
Yeah. Chino was very angry, and he tried to dominate her, and he said that I'll slap you. And the amount of rage I felt in that exact second, like the my brain nerves were like on peak. And I was like, wait a minute. I just looked into his eyes and I said this in Marathi, "Tu हात लाव दिला." And I was like, no, done. This is too much. This is not something I'm gonna resolve just between us. I'm gonna take this to another
parents.
level.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I turned to his friends. I went like, "कुठे राहतो हा सांगा मला?" Literally,
Where
like,
does
where
he
does he
live?
live? Tell me. And they're like, oh, they got scared, and they were like, oh, he lives on ground floor only, and he has his grandparents. He doesn't have his parents. I like, I don't care.
So he had a kind
I
of
don't
side
care.
story. He had
Yeah.
like traumatized childhood upbringing, and then his parents were not together, and he was being raised by his grandparents. So I was feeling very sorry for
See,
him.
I am sad for your situation,
But then you just
but
can't.
the thing you did is wrong.
Yeah,
Okay, and
you
you
just
can't say that you will slap a girl.
Yeah, that,
Okay. Okay, so I literally went to his house. I told his grandmother everything, and he just ran away. He went and decided to hide
hiding.
somewhere. Okay, and I was like, his grandmother was also furious, and she's like, just call him, get him down. And I think he got, like, his friends found him, and his grandmother scolded him or whatever. And his friends were like, oh, you didn't bring proofs, how should we believe that he posted your picture on his Facebook? I like,
So
okay.
printed.
So I told him, okay, I'll bring proofs tomorrow. And they're like, they thought maybe I will not. The next day, I took a screenshot of that post. I printed it on my home printer. I made 2 copies of that. And I was like, when I went to that guy's society, and I went to his friends whom we were calling, are you his wakil or what? Okay. Yeah, lawyers. So we went to them, and I was like, here it is, look, do you want this copy? And they're like, no, we don't want it. Okay, we got it. We saw that afterwards when you left, he deleted it. And like, yeah, okay, whatever, we don't care. Or just tell your friend that don't do that again, or he has to face me. So
And
yeah.
I've still kept that as a proof because at that time I was not legally adult, neither was he. But then that is definitely a serious case of stalking, you know. So I've still kept that. So if he ever crosses line, I'm giving it to police. Right. Obviously. Right. You gotta be scared. He lives like 5 minutes away from me. Obviously, I'm giving him to police at this point. Like he's legally adult. There are serious stalking is
Consequences to this.
stalking is a very serious crime. Okay. And if there's a history of doing it from years, okay, crazy.
Yeah, so this is the story which happened, and I think I want to put out this story out there so that people can uh, get that sometimes such thing happen to you, and what to do
Yes.
when
Like,
such
do
things.
not be scared.
Yeah, and if we were young, so we were not able to take this to police and make a
No, we
case out
didn't
of
wanna
it.
make it. My father
Yeah.
just said, just give him
Yeah.
a warning, and
And
if he does it again, then we go to police.
Yeah.
Even if he's not
Yeah.
legally adult, we go to
but
police.
if it's possible for you to do it from the beginning, just do it. Don't be scared of
Yes.
anything. At this point, if this happened at this age where I am, I would have just taken police with me to that guy's house. Not
Should
even
have.
kidding. Okay.
Because another thing than just that, it was not just about a Facebook posting thing. He would roam around my house.
Yeah.
Like obviously he knew where I lived, and he would come there daily, and then he would keep roaming around. And not that we live in exactly same area. So if, like, giving you an idea, if he doesn't have a work there, he's coming to the opposite direction to be in front of my house.
Yeah. So
Okay.
after that he didn't. Cause
Yeah, one of my friend, my younger friend, like there was this guy, child, right, a childhood friend, but he was very younger than us. Like he was like, if we were in 10th standard, then he would be like in 6th, 7th standard. He was that young. And you know what he said to that guy? Don't ever show yourself, your face in our area. Even he had guts to do that, right?
Yeah.
So it's just about standing up for right things. And guys, fourth story, fourth location, right? We have finally settled down. I don't know if I can show you guys, right? This is how we are sitting. You just have to get it, okay? And we're gonna like do picnic kind of thing, and I feel like
brought sandwiches, preparation. And
so I always had this thing that I wanna like do this.
What we can do right now is we can drink fruity live.
Okay, but then how many videos I'm gonna drink fruity? Fruity didn't even pay me for this.
Yeah, we are unofficial sponsors of Fruity, guys. And Chinu, continue your story.
Yeah, so a little PS again, one more PS. I love Fruity so much that it's me and my Fruity against the world. Even more than lipstick, it's me and my Fruity against the world. One day, she gifted me like half liter of like Fruity.
Yeah, on Valentine's Day, I sent a hamper to her home.
Yes, and she like gifted me half liter of Fruity, and then I texted her, me and my next 7 generations are gonna be thankful.
So
I want pink one.
We have color coded our
Glasses. This
Yeah.
is hers.
Rosy and
This
blue
is
today.
Rosy, and that is blue, right? Fruity time. This is not Fruity. Fruity didn't pay me, so
Yeah, this is mango juice.
cheers. Tables.
Use pilado.
I think tables was better.
Oh, chairs table. Okay, I didn't get the PJ.
Right. So
Continue with the story.
right. So sorry, guys.
Sorry. I'm being a very gouty girl right now.
Right. So right. Fourth story. So there was this one time we were like in like 4th, 5th standard, and then we fought on something very stupid. I don't even remember on what did we fight. What was it? Something very stupid. I don't even remember. And then what happened was it was just 6 in the evening, and my parents would go on the evening walk by 6, and they would be home by 7:30 or 8 in the evening, right? So my home was locked, and nobody would be home, right? So we fought around 6:30, right? And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going home, right? And I went home. Nobody was home. My house was locked. Then what do? You've already fought. Your nose is like this high in the sky, and your ego too big. So like, how do you go back and say, nobody is back home? Like, let's fight after like 2 hours or something.
She said the fight was on some game we want to play, and she said, "अच्छा नाही खेळायचंय, मी घरी जाते." And she was playing in my society, my compound. So I was like, "हाँ मजा घरी." And she was like, she looked at me for 2 seconds, and she was like, "Okay, now I have to go, yaar."
Yeah, I mean, you
saw
have
the
to go.
calculation in her
Yeah,
brain.
I would always calculate, like,
And there was a sitting area in my building compound, so I was sitting there because nobody was there when we had one more friend, but she was always late to uh, come out and play. So I was waiting for her to come, and Chinu was like, "Yeah, I'll go." And she went, okay. And I thought maybe, yeah, I was.
Oh, I'm
thinking
sorry.
about-
Don't mind about my action. Somebody is just tearing into my soul, and I'm trying to.
So
Whatever.
yeah, so I was thinking, but wait, her parents come back by 8. I don't think so. She will be able to.
And she was not that smart at when we were children, but she figured that out.
Yeah, I was like, how is she gonna go home? I thought, okay, whatever, she will manage, or whatever. And then,
Yeah, and then you know what happened? Then nobody was home, but then you've already said that you're going home, and so you can't go back. Like obviously, how do you go back, right? Apologize. Okay.
not
So
over my dead body.
over my dead, over my heart, young dead body. Okay.
You were not hot then. You were
I was,
child.
I was
Yeah, child young dead body. Yeah, that's appropriate.
right.
Yeah.
So you know what happened? So I was like, okay, I can't go home. Obviously, is she coming? Okay, there's some lady walking. towards us, and we just thought she's coming to punch us. I don't know, whatever. Let's hope, pray for us, guys. Yeah, taking a break for like 1 second. No, she didn't punch us. Thank you. Right. So continuing with the story, um, I started to walk in front of her, but then I was pretending that, okay, I'm going home. I'm not talking to you. I'm just taking my walk. Like, I'm just taking a stroll. Right. So I was walking and I was looking at her like that. Then I would just like walk like this. And then I would again come. I would
Yeah,
look at her.
so I was sitting there.
I would pick flowers on the road.
No, I was sitting there and I saw her go by once. So I'm like, okay, she's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Then
Then
I saw
twice.
Her, then I saw her coming back from that road and going this way again. I'm like, okay, now that's weird. She
And I
did
would stare
that.
like that. Okay.
She did that for 2
You
or
act out a little.
yeah. She's like, and she's like, I'm like, what is wrong with her? Okay, and she did that for 3 times, for 4 times, and I'm like, okay, this is. I guess at the end, the third friend came in, and she's like, what happened? And I told her, and then she was like, okay, let's call her. And then I guess we went and just she abducted her from roadside. She was picking up some flowers or something like
Yes.
that.
Then I was like, okay, you guys are coming to me? Fine.
That's why I am gonna
That's
play.
why I'm coming and playing with you guys. So whatever.
Yeah.
Guys, that is how I was. I think that Chino is still left in me. Somewhere, but like 40% she's still there. I don't know. 60%.
मुझे खाना नहीं दिया तो मैं नहीं
Yeah. This one time I
She
was.
was on set, okay, and the set people ordered some vada pav or something like that, and at exact moment she had to go to give her a shot.
Yes.
Okay, so she went to give a shot and she came back and the vada pavs were gone. Okay, and I think the set's budget was also not that great, so there was not much food on the set, and that it was pack up and she didn't got food, and then she was coming home and she was like, "Mala vada pav nahi dila."
Very princess attitude.
And she cried, and I was like, the thing is, I would also cry, because why wouldn't you give food, yaar? At least she's the actor on your set. At least give her something to eat.
And this is not the bullying thing. Don't get us wrong. Don't get the story wrong. If you're an actor on set, you are treated like a princess.
Yeah.
Okay, it's always the story. But the thing is, you have to ask. And if you ask, you can get everything you want. Like, you get everything. Yeah, I'm gonna be late for this. Yes, because it's not a good attitude. Am I advising it to do? No, you should never do that. And I've seen some people do that. That is also wrong. But not speaking up for yourself for vada pav is also wrong. Like, I don't know. This is not about vada pav, okay?
It's about giving her food.
And if you are asking me to work for you, I'm working for you. Even if I'm taking a payment, if everybody on set is eating, then as an actor, I should be one of the first priority after directors, because I don't think people have idea about how much energy you just lose when you're standing in front of camera, in front of those crazy lights. You lose crazy amount of energy, and you need food. Before going home, my father always tells me, just eat something and then come. You don't want to
carry some fruits, carry some.
Yes, you should always like have something
thing in your bag.
Yes, so that you don't like exhaust, and it's very tiring. People have like, I don't know, but people don't have idea about how tiring the shoots are. Even if it's just a modeling shoot and you just have to stand like this, it takes crazy amount of energy, because the lights, they're so hot and it exhausts the whole energy in you. So I still do that. I still cry, and I called my parents, and they were very concerned for me, because they think this is something I will cry on. If you bully me,
And her father's reaction was so cute. "Thoda vada pav nahi dila tani?"
yes,
And
my parents will always take my
Support
side. Yes, like yeah, I don't know, it's a good thing or bad, because I think my princess attitude should not be
encouraged.
Yeah. But they'll always stand with me.
But that was a basic
Vada pav was very
decency.
wrong. No.
That is basic decency. You should give food to your actor. She is.
So there was a lot of vada pavs when I saw before going to my shot. there were a lot of vada
I
paos, but
guess,
there
I
are
guess people were very hungry. 'Cause
people
there
were
was
very
nothing
hungry,
on
and
the set
there
to
are a lot
eat.
of people working on set,
Yeah.
like crew people, and they just really work so hard,
Yeah,
maybe even
they
harder
deserve
than
the food.
actors
They
and
deserve the
directors.
food. Yeah.
They are the reason the shoot and set is going steady. Basically, they work really hard.
Yeah.
But then, if the food is over, then you're supposed to order more.
Yeah, but
That is the problem.
they were like, okay, now the shoot is over, so why
Yeah,
do
it's
we need
pack
food?
up. Then
Let's
why do we
go,
need
let's
food?
go.
And
Yeah.
generally, in these cases, first food for actors is always taken out
Yeah.
and kept aside.
Yeah.
But on that set, nobody did that for
Okay,
me.
the set was a bit
Mess.
mess, and it was not a big budgeted. I guess.
So they paid us good,
Yeah.
but the budget for the overall filming there was like
Yeah, it
questionable.
was
And it was during COVID time, so I think a lot of
food restrictions were going
there,
on back then.
and also the budget would be cut down like 50% at that time. It was a thing back then.
It's a tough time
It
to
was
shoot during
yeah.
COVID. So
Yes.
yeah, we can understand.
Yes.
But still, it's a basic
No vada pav.
decency. You should give food to your actor.
Yes, you
So,
should restock. Yeah. So whatever. So that was the story, and I think that chino is still left in me somewhere around, and that is why I keep saying that I need people to keep me really, really grounded because I really need it, right? But these are the things that do you remember stories that we had about our childhood, and it's crazy that we still remember everything. And I think that is it for Do You Remember series part 1, because we'll keep making infinite of these.
We have
Not
stories and stories
Oh,
and stories
God.
to tell.
Yes. So, but we are not making another series for this. This will go in what? We just get the name wrong every time. How Rosie Met Blue? No. Meet Rosie and Blue. Something like that. Okay. I keep saying something like that in every episode. Right. So, you'll see that. I guess that is it for video. For Minisode, it's very interesting. So, we are here and we are telling a crazy story. So, stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And I guess that is it
For today's video,
Yes.
and we're gonna enjoy our national park. We're gonna have a
Picnicky.
sandwiches, and we're gonna vlog.
So yeah, PS. I wanted to do this Pinterest picnic so that we have everything. Like, okay, it's crazy. So
We are literally sitting on a red chunni though.
no, don't call it chunni. It's very aesthetic.
It
Okay,
is a
no,
red
girl, it's not chunni, guys. Right? So. Right, so I guess that's it for today's video, and as always, Modern Day Baking, like, share, subscribe and comment, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.